Hi guys, welcome back to Detailing and the Beast. Today I've got something very special. I've been sent something from the DetailGuardz, which is very, very new. I think this is going to be the first UK review. I'm hoping it is. I think I've been quick enough to get this out there. You all know I've been a massive fan of DetailGuardz for a long, long time. I originally, probably about 12, maybe over 12 months ago, won a competition to guess, yeah, I did guess, or did I count them? To guess the number of segments in one of these DetailGuardz DirtLocks. I managed to get that spot on, literally to the nearest one. So the guys in Canada sent me this DirtLock over. Since then, I haven't looked back. These things are absolutely fantastic. They fit the UK buckets with the extra sponges on the tabs move in and out. And these are not like other DirtGuardz that literally just fall out of your bucket, or they don't actually offer that much protection from grit in the bottom of the bucket. These things have like a Venturi effect, so you push water, you can pump the mitt on top of this and the water goes down and the grit will not come back up. So I've been a massive fan, a massive advocate of these things, been recommending these things for a long time. And the guys at the DetailGuardz have picked up on that I like their product so much, and they've thought about sending me their latest product. Now this is the DetailGuardz DirtLock Polishing Pad Washer System. So I've had a look at polishing pad systems in the past, but a lot of them involve either running your machine itself, so you would put the pad onto the machine polisher and run it in water on some sort of grit guard system. So it's not on this grit guard, but the idea being that what would happen is this would be in your bucket covered in water, you'd run your polisher over the top and it'd do that on your pad. And now the pad is not going to last. This is a very tough pad, but if it was a soft foam pad, this I would suspect on a machine of that sort of speed and rotation would rip the pad apart pretty much instantly, so I never bought one of them. So I've always been using pad washes by hand. I've used the Chemical Guys microfiber wash for quite a while now, spritz a bit on, run it under the tap and work it out like this. But polishing pads take a hell of a long time, really, in comparison to this thing, I'm hoping, to wash out. Now you're talking probably a couple of minutes, maybe 3-4 minutes per pad. Now if you've done a whole car, now like me, I do not use like 1 or 2 pads per car. I probably get through between 12 and 14 pads on an average size family car. On my truck, I've only ever machine polished it properly once at 2-stage, and I got through nearly 24 pads in one sitting. So that is a long time to wash out pads. So what have we got? So the guys have kindly sent me this over, nice little letter there telling me how this thing is manufactured and what they've done to overcome that problem. Now in the box you get this pad washer system. It includes a plunger, so this is how it comes in the box. You get this plunger and then you get this attachment that does unfortunately only work on DetailGuardz DirtLock grit guards, so you will need one of them. Now a grit guard doesn't come in the box, it's a separate product, but the guys have been fantastic in sending me yet another DirtLock, so I'm over the moon with that now. I've got a couple of these, and what you do is behind the grips there is a larger opening. All we're going to do to fit this is to push this into them larger openings and you feel it click, and that just sits in there like that. Now that's locked in, they've got locking tabs on the bottom, and this now is on a spring mechanism and it pushes up and down, and actually as I'm doing that I can feel the air coming through that actually. And the idea being is that now goes into your bucket. You fill the bucket just above the level of the system, just about here I've seen on other videos, and then you use this plunger. Now at first when I saw this I didn't think this was very good, this hook and loop, but I can tell you now it's strong stuff. So you stick your pad on like that, it's really strong. So anyway, you stick your pad on like that, that whole system goes into your bucket, And the idea being is that you start to plunge and go mad with the plunger, just like you're unblocking a massive turd out your toilet. You also get in the box this. Now, I'm a little bit sad, okay, in terms of how I liked everything to be presented and hung up and all neat and tidy. As you can see, this garage is OTT. I like things to be OTT. This is one of the best bits of this kit for me. It's a little hanging wall bracket, okay? So I'll hang that. I'll show you where I'm going to put that in a minute. And then you attach this like that, and you can hang it up as an entire system. And you can keep it nice and neat in your cupboard. Also in the box, you get this pad spray cleaner. So you just give this 3 or 4 spritzes onto your pad before smashing it into your bucket. Now this supposedly dissolves the polishing oils, making it easier literally to flush that out. This stuff actually says on here that it mimics a hand wash, but obviously many times faster, and it can probably clean a pad in around about 20 seconds. Now if that's true, and we're going to test it out in a minute, that is going to save me a hell of a lot of time. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go and put some water in this, and we're going to give it a live test today. Now I've not used this yet, so I'm going to be very interested to see what happens here. And as always on this channel, everything is very honest. So if there are negatives, if this doesn't clean, we're going to find out about it. Let's go and put some water in that bucket. So okay, before we go any further, I just want to show you about that hanging system. So I've put mine inside my jet wash cupboard. You get a nice little hanger, and you just pop it into the top. Now on the box it shows you hanging here, but if you do that, I'll just show you. Going in and out, this thing does actually pop off this hanger. If you hang it from the top one, it actually gives you a more solid connection. So that's just a quick tip for you. I've used it from there. But it's a full system. Once you've used the washer, plugs into the plunger, plugs onto the holder, into the cupboard. Done. Perfect. Good job, guys. That's a nice little touch. So anyway, let's get to putting some water in the bucket and giving this a proper test. So we're all set up now. Got my dirt locker in place. Now, one downside I'm going to call out straight away. This thing will get messy. You've just seen it. This thing splurts water out. Luckily I got the grated floor, otherwise you're probably best doing this outside. Now, I have got some used pads here, various types, various grades, various polishes, microfiber and foam, and usually, as I said, what I would use is something like this, concentrated microfiber wash from Chemical Guys. I've tried others in the past, UK based ones, and I think this is actually probably the best of a bad bunch. It's probably harsh to say that, but that's probably as good as I've found. So again, I could put a trigger on this, spray it into my pads, work it in for a few minutes, let it start working on the polishes, and then scrub them out under running water. That takes, with that brush, a pad brush, it's quite strong as well, that brush. So on my very small foam pads, this kind of rips them apart, so I have to do it by hand. And that does take a while. So what I'm going to do, this is worth calling out as well, I've actually gone for 1-inch pads, 3-inch pads and 5.5 or 6-inch pads, just so we can test everything out. So first what we're going to do is we're going to try and clean a pad. So we'll give it an easy test. Finishing pad, finishing compound. Now these have all been used today on the bonnet of the Dacia. So anyway, as you saw, 3 or 4 sprays on that, and then we're going to go at it, but I am going to get wet, so we'll just go for it. And that was roughly 20 seconds. Shall we see what we got? that has not done a half bad job. There's a little bit still in there, so I am going to go at it again. But the majority of that, and I think that, would pass as suitably clean. So, we'll go again. That's better. That's better. So I think it's longer than the stated 20 seconds, but I know that's only a guide. And that is absolutely brilliant. So standard pad, test passed. Now you can see there that that is actually, well, it will derote it. It's full of polishing oils, it's full of polish. And I think what's best to do there is we start to empty this every few pads. Okay, so next we'll go foam again, but with more of a cutting compound this time. That was a finishing compound. And this is a 3-inch pad this time. So again, same Velcro backing. Time to get wet. That has done an absolutely fantastic job on that one. Great stuff. Next we will go microfiber. 6-inch pad. This one's had a bit of a hammering today. The Sandero does seem to respond better. I don't know if any of my viewers have got a Sandero and want to machine polish it. Probably not. But the Sandero does seem to come up better with microfiber, just if anybody has got that. So we'll go microfiber cutting compound. Let's get wet again. Wow, okay. Yep, that's clean. So now we're moving on to the smaller pads. Now I haven't actually pre-sprayed these, so I'll pre-spray these now. So we've got microfiber, 3-inch. Just rub that in. And then I've got some really small 1-inch pads. Now I'm not expecting it to do, well, I am expecting it to clean, of course I am. But it's unfair to test with 1-inch pads, really. But we'll give that a go. So that stuff's really good. It's taking the polishing oil straight out. So anyway, we'll do the 3-inch next. 3-inch microfiber, cutting microfiber with cutting compound. Yep. I'm liking this. Finally, now we'll do these all together. I'll put them in like so. So it's got a bit more surface area to work against. And these are microfiber cutting, foam, cutting, foam, finishing. Oh my days. We'll come to the price later, but that is well worth the money. Simple as that. So I think from them results you've just seen, you're going to know exactly what I'm going to say. There are a couple of things I do need to get out of the way though. One is the price. Now this is not going to be for everybody, and budget is subjective, you know, so some people might find this expensive, some people it ain't so much, okay? But this system is $59.99 retail in the UK, and you don't get the DirtLock bucket filter in the kit. So I think that's another 15 or 16 pounds. So this starts to become a little bit expensive if you've not got any of the kit. However, I love it. I absolutely love it. It's just so well thought out. I just, you know, I don't know why anybody hasn't done this before. It's absolutely brilliant. The use of their own DirtLock filter, genius guys. You know, you've got to buy that to buy this. So absolutely fantastic there from a business point of view. So well done there. I'm all about the business. Second, the actual mechanism for pumping the water, it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. It's not too stiff. It's easy to work. It's absolutely amazing. I do absolutely love this. The plunger, I did think looked a bit cheap, a bit lacking on the plastic around here, but with the ribs, you know what? It works well. The hanger that I've put in the cupboard, genius guys, absolutely genius. For somebody like me, a little bit OCD, I like them kind of touches. You didn't have to put that in the box, but you did. Absolutely brilliant. On the same token, to work in these in here and have the foresight to do that so you can clip this all in and hang it up as one solution, again, can't fault you. Now another negative here, I can't get away from it, I've just shown you the video evidence, is this when you're pumping it, it gets you wet, okay man, it literally goes everywhere. I think I've already thought of some sort of solution for this. It's some sort of like the gamma lids that you can buy for these buckets here in the UK. I'm thinking of buying a gamma lid, depending if I can get one cheap enough. I think you can get them on Ali. And cutting the centre out of that gamma lid so it gives me enough movement, but it'll then stop the slosh coming over the sides of the bucket. So if that works out, I'll do a video on that as well. Give the DetailGuardz guys something to think about, I suppose. But I really am nitpicking here. The cleaning solution worked really well. I do worry that I haven't looked, by the way, that I might not be able to get that in the UK after that bottle runs out. But as you can see, I've used hardly any. It was literally 3 or 4 sprays per pad, big pad, and it took all of that polishing oils and residues out of them pads. I'm probably going to try it with something like a citrus wash, or maybe even the chemical guys wash, just as an alternative, something I can get here in the UK if this isn't available. If it is, I'll buy it, simple as that. And the performance of it, this is what it's all about, right? It's the performance, it's reviewing the product and what it's designed to do. And this does it. It does it in droves. It's absolutely brilliant. Foam pads, bread and butter, are pretty much everybody's business. Yeah, it cleans them without issue at all. I then thought microfiber, being the fibre material, might struggle, especially with the ones that have been matted down, heavy days polishing, especially with that bigger one. No issue whatsoever. The small pads, the 1 inches, I did expect completely and utterly to fail. I was expecting them either to come off the backing plate entirely, or maybe even for the foam to start ripping off the backing plate of the pad itself. No such issues, absolutely nothing at all. Some of these pads, this one particular, is really fine grade. I mean, it wouldn't take much to break that, and this has had no detrimental effect on that pad whatsoever. So for me, is it worth 60 quid? You know what, I think if I hadn't have got this, and I'd have seen one in action personally, yeah, I'd have bought one. Absolutely fantastic. I don't use polishing pads like day in, day out. I probably use them I don't know, once every month, once every 6 weeks probably, but I'd still get one. I just can't fault it at all. It's probably one of the best things I've ever reviewed, hands down. Products, accessories, all included. This is probably one of the best things. It's well thought out. It's got superb performance, and it just ticks all the right boxes for me. Even the price. You know what? I manufacture kits for the Ford Ranger, for induction kits, and I can't get that amount of plastic for that amount of price. In fact, I can get probably a quarter of that plastic for more than that price, and it's just, for me, I appreciate the work that's gone into this, and I think it's worth 60 quid all day long. So, thank you to Daniel for sending this over all the way from Canada. You are an absolute diamond, mate. Thank you very much for that. I am going to push these to anybody who wants to clean their pads better than rinsing them under the kitchen tap. This is what you need, okay? It's quick. It saves you so much time. So, anyway, I'm like a pig in muck. Absolutely amazing. Right, okay, brilliant. We got that out of the way. Thank you for watching, guys. I know this has been, this is not really my type of video normally in terms of reviewing actual products and stuff that's been sent to me, but you know what? I'd review it as honestly as anybody else, and I always give you video information and video footage and evidence. So yeah, I absolutely love this. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next video. Goodbye.